Okay. So, I sort of abandoned the fight with the giant early on, the boss, but I decided to go, level up a little bit here, maybe in the Yeti Caves before face him off. And yes, here's the Kruk cave paintings in the Yeti Cave. Kill everything! Well, this is going nice and fast. Thunderclap coating. Interesting. Yes. Appears to be playing at a much faster speed, more or less because I'm able to, play this character, the melee-based saw blade character, a lot faster than, a ranged character is capable of being played. So I want to note that my sort of basic plan with the second character and subsequent characters is sort of trying to speed through stuff I've basically already run through. I've already gone through the Yeti Cave, I've already gone through the Sunwall Outpost, gone through the Lost City and other stuff over there and the main continent of Maj'Eyal. Now I sort of want to catch up to where I was as quickly as possible. And cool, 2 class points. Alright, so this basically will let me reduce damage. There's a really cool skill here, the grinding shield. And I think I'll pick up this one as well, the overheat saws. So it looks like this the saw blade or saw butcher. The thing about him is that it's sort of made on sustains quite a bit here, which is kind of interesting. He has some passives and sustains and a few active abilities, but he's basically all about the sustained efforts, how we say, like killing stuff. So let's hear overheat steam. So we can basically put this maybe, I probably don't even need to have this around. I could probably just go over here a little bit. I'll use when no enemies are visible. Basically, just a skill I think you want to keep on at all times for the most part. Just kind of like the arcane blade stuff, by the looks of it. And gradually increase my damage quite a bit with it. There's Kruk Cave painting 2, so basically you got the giant here. And apparently I guess it's sort of capturing the minds of Yetis over here. Poor Yetis, such abused creatures. So I want to note that this sort of happens a lot in the lore of Tales of Maj'Eyal. You have the Yetis being mistreated and tamed. You have the orcs being trying to be enslaved early on, and when it turns out they can't be enslaved, they're just sort of killed off or attempt to be killed off. Alright, there we go. That's it for this level. Unless there's a cave painting I missed perhaps up here. I saw that one. Hey, regeneration infusion. Those with the duelist and it looks like crap, so don't worry about it. Pair of iron boots. I've already got one of those. I wouldn't mind that iron helmet strength though. I'll put it on. And yeah, I'll note that it seems like there's no real reason not to use arcane disrupting armor on you know, the Steam-based characters. It doesn't look like you have like arcane disruption going on. So wear whatever armor you want, basically, with the arcane or non-arcane characters, and this is a non-arcane character. So you see here a cave giant depicting a giant holding an object projecting some sort of beam with the Yeti. The affected Yeti is walking toward a giant, while the Yeti is looking on in horror. Kill that. Here's an iron plate. And there's a level up. Alright, let's get a little bit more combat accuracy, I think. Not that I don't think I need it, but it might be useful to have a little bit more combat accuracy on my character. At some point I'm going to probably start investing a little bit in overheat saws, but for now, I'm going to sort of focus on this one over here, grinding shield. And it looks like I'm still getting like the same value each time I put a level in here, so I'll put up, you know, probably another level after this. And I think at this point we can probably go over and put grinding shield over here with the overheat saws, because all we'll use when no enemies are visible. Now here's something to note. It looks like I have to sort of be careful because I can't have, like, you know, it's being all used all the time. The grind shields. So here's something about this character. You basically have to sort of manage your sustain, so I guess it makes sense that I keep this stuff sort of, you know, on hand over here. Both this stuff is instantaneous, by the way, so basically, unless I need to have it turned on, I basically, you know, keep it off like this. So there's something about the sustains with like the steam powered stuff. Unlike with arcane magic, because it sort of takes it out of your pool, the sustains on the steam power is basically taking, you know, a percentage, like, you know, basically out of my like regeneration is what's taken out of the steam power here. Maybe we'll want our steam generator at some point. Steam generators basically permanently create steam for you per turn. So if I have two, I'll have more steam generated. So that might be something I might do in this character, have another steam generator. And, oh, there's the boss. The Yeti Patriarch. Let's do this, we'll get a counter. We'll two arms him a little bit. I don't think this guy freezes very well, but we'll freeze him a little bit and kill him. Hey, there's the Rod of Recall and the Overcutter. And we got the Girl of Calm Waters here. Put this on. The Overcutter looks pretty sweet. It must be held with both hands. It can be used as a weapon offhand. Now, why can't I equip this right now? Alright, there we go. Alright, so this sounds a little bit odd, but basically these are weapons that you can use in the offhand slot. But it's not letting me do so. There we go, I can put those there. I guess like the Overcutter has something wrong with it, sort of buggy-wise. That doesn't let you basically, you know, equip with our stuff. So that's something to note. And by the way, I'm level 8, so I should be able to deal with that giant easily enough now. The ranged one. I didn't want to deal with that ranged giant, you know, boss early on because, you know, he looks kind of difficult to sort of, you know, deal with early on with like a melee character like this, because he's basically got strafe and the ability to sort of run away. But we'll see. We will see how difficult it will be. And cool, this gets cold resistance, physical resistance, and magic save. I'll put 1 point in there for sure. This will increase my healing factor and life regeneration. I'll pick this up a little bit. And what else we got? We got the Tempest and Metal. So continuously swing your steam saws around you, dealing 30% weapon damage to adjacent foes each time you attack. This is another sustain. Your kinetic motions make it difficult to for anything to hit you, granting 7% chance to completely negate all damage. So interesting. What's the Spinal Break? You try to sever the spine of a foe, reducing its school speed for 27% for 4 turns and dealing weapon damage. So this slows things down. And punishment, slam your slots into the target, dealing 100% weapon damage plus physical, magical, and mental effects on them. Up to 7 effects. Sustains are not effective. Sustains are not effects. Maybe let's keep getting this up for now, the Grind Shield. I'll actually max it out, actually. Hey, I can get one of these points in here now. Thick skin. So here's the basic plan I'm going to actually think about doing right now. I'm actually going to take this off. I'm going to enable this by default, the Grind Shield. We'll see how that works for me now. There's the Yeti Cave out of the way. Let's go visit the giant boss now. Come to me! Apparently I deflected a hit there, that's cool. Okay, now he's strafing, so I'll wait for him to get closer. It looks like he's trying to stay out of melee range a little bit for me, so here's what I'm sort of afraid of. This guy's gonna be able to strafe me, and of course strafing is painful because I can't really do anything about it while he can. There we go, we killed him. That out of the way. Oh, let's go. Ooh, this is nice. Put this on. I'm just gonna go through the Vaporious Emporium, clean up everything I've got to kill. And there's the hastily written poster about, you know, this guy here. Whoops, I got pinned. Block. They both got countered. Cool. Kill him. Kill him. Kill them all. Here's the defensive items. This basically gives me defensive items. Apparently there's still commerce around. This is fun. Thick skin. Now I already got this maxed out, so that's cool. You have lived through many battles and your experience makes you a gritty veteran. Saw wheels end of effect attack increased by 12%. Grind Shield lets you live below your normal limits up to A1 life. And Punishment has a 36% chance to have its cooldown reduced by 1 for each effect. So, interesting. I'll invest in this at some point. But we'll hold off on investing this for now, and we'll get other stuff, I think. I wouldn't mind getting up to this, perhaps. Let's do that. Get toward this now. Actually, you know what? Let's get this up in our point, because I can, you know, get more damage from steam saw blades. And then we'll get it after I get the steam saw mastery out of the way. Nice. 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 Money. Let's see here. Hateful Steam Saw Massacre. Put that there. So, earlier steam saws were notably not meant to be used with one hand. So, something about the overcutters as to basically a two-handed weapon. 7 armor, 8 defense. So that's the thing about that you know, unique steam saw. It's not meant to be like, you know, used without like, you know, two hands. I suppose it's worth using because I'm getting a lot of damage out of this weapon I've basically got. East, Sky Jetty. Alright, official looking poster about to keep the pressure up. And there we go, that's basically it for the Vaporious Emporium. Alright, for this, you know, finishing off this episode, I think what the plan will be, I'm just going to go through the, what do you call it? The outpost, and I'll actually try and read the lore a little bit this time around, because that'll be fun. Okay, deflection shield, have I got that? I do not. I don't know why some of these schematics, they seem to pop up that you can use them, and some you can't. So deflection shield, that basically gives me something for the belt. Electricity, apparently. And there's, like, you know, Kelter's shop. I can go in here now. We'll talk to the giant, perhaps. Now, it's worth knowing, if I want to, I can actually attack these guys. So, blah, blah, blah. Do I want to attack him maybe this time around? You know, I could probably go to war with these guys eventually, but for now I'm thinking we'll hold off on doing it just to get a few more times, basically seeing the ways this guy's offered for me. So we got here some, you know, stuff in here. So we look like we got some better saws in here eventually, just tier 3 saws, and one's apparently arcane powered. Essex Spear. The gun is engraved with strange materials which focus mental powers. It seems like your mind will operate even faster when it's equipped. Interesting. So this is like, you know, shot type of weapon, I guess. Or Ricardo's deferred class, again. So interesting stuff in here. Hey, Lightbringer's Wand. You can use it to summon a stationary shining orb. Boots. Alright, so I see a couple things in here that are worth knowing. There's actually some really nice, you know, steam saws in here. This summon's a Trent, apparently, the Lumberator. Spread the Mars nature even quicker than ever with a injecting steam saw. Your former enemies will be freshly grown trees before you even know it. Interesting. Attack speed increased with Paradox. Okay, so we got ourselves some sort of, like, you know, Paradox steam saw. Unique. So I get more Paradox from that type of weapon. Lots of interesting stuff basically you have in this game eventually. What does this do? This gives me phase door. So I can use this like the phase door around. I might want to save for this. This is always a pretty fun weapon to use, I guess. What I'm likely going to do at some point, I'm going to come back here and I'll buy some stuff. Maybe I'll buy this Lumberator to see what it's going to be all about. Might buy this too, but I'm not sure we're going to use the Paradox for anything. While I'm here, I should probably sell off the gems I've got. Get a little bit of money for that. Yeah, there's lots of like chests and other stuff looting here, so at some point, I may want to take these guys on, but I'm gonna wait until like I'm a little bit stronger, I guess, to fight this guy. So I guess it makes sense that you want to come in here earlier to basically set this guy's, you know, level low, and then you can attack him later on. Kaltor, that's all it's all about. Well, let's get to it. We'll start attacking these guys over here. An Orc Gunslinger has managed to join forces with you. Nice little background music. Ow, stop hitting me with crap. Okay, let's see here. I have to get some stuff going here. Activate this, activate this. Kill him. How are you doing, I wonder? Oops. This is kind of annoying, this thing right here. It's apparently giving stuff like a chance of stealth or whatever. The Moonwell. The target's iron effects of the moon is increasing light and sight radius by 1. Granting 10 stealth and dark resistance, I guess. So basically this thing gets you stealth the Moonwell, so you gotta watch out for that apparently. That's an interesting terrain effect in the Moonwell there. So, there's something to note. I want to be careful of those. And the stun radius basically gives me sight increase, light increase, blindness immunity, stealth seeing. Useful. Maim and slaughter. And here's some lore from Commander Trail that is, you know, would have liked to do with audio, but whatever. And I've got audio this time, so let's do this. We've done it! We've finally done it! Well, granted, our hero did much of the work. But the result is the same. Neither the East nor the West will ever need to fear the Orcish rule again. The prides have been crushed, the survivors have been contained, and our patrols are mopping up the few remaining bands of futile stragglers. Our long-lost allies from the West have come to support us with materials and manpower, and we can finally turn this entire continent into something beautiful. For the first time, Sunwall will not be a solitary bastion of civilization on Maj'Eyal. And yet, there is one group that remains, a tiny Orcish pride, really more of a small town, managed to evade our savior's wrath. A single weed on the edge of our pristine garden, a troubling ember threatening to set the whole continent ablaze. King Tolik has a noble aims in trying to set a better example than his vengeful father, but I doubt he'd risk redeeming the Orcs if he'd been through what we have. The allied kingdoms don't know what it's like to live in fear of prides, knowing that at any moment you could be overrun to Sunwall and take our heads as trophies. They've got a far pull to hide behind, and don't have to think about their homes and families falling to the same horde we've been struggling against for our entire lives. If they did, suffice to say, they wouldn't have bothered putting up a comfortable camp for surviving Orcs until the continent was truly safe. By the sun, why would our High Paladin agree to this treaty? After all we've been through. The Orcish scouts are getting bolder. They've been approaching closer from before fleeing and coming more frequently. They haven't engaged us yet, but it's only a matter of time, and all I'm allowed to do is sit and wait on an ugly little bridge as the West watches from a continent away. Staring at an open wound, waiting for it to become infested, because they've rather make pretty little bow out of the bandages. So yes, good old Granite Trail. And there's a vault. And apparently I can't, you know, dig into that wall with that guy there. Eat them alive! Kill it all! Yes, this is a nice little way of playing the game. This bump attack everything to death. Door! Alright, what have we got in here? Or do I want to actually be around here? I don't actually have a teleport rune yet. So it might not be a good idea to open these doors just yet for the, you know, the thing there. Dig for this wall here. That was fun. We'll come back to that vault in a bit, but I'm gonna basically, you know, deal with, like, you know, getting a teleport rune or something just to, you know, make sure I don't get killed. Always a good idea, you know. Make sure you don't get killed. Alright, we're joined by an Orc Gunslinger again. Let's go this way. Oh, he killed my guy. Well, that sucks, but oh well. Yeah, I'm not really trying to keep my guys alive this time around so much. I probably should, but whatever. I am going to try to, you know, I'm trying to speed run this a little bit, so if they die, it sucks, but make them bleed! Stop blowing our cover! We get it. It's our fault the Farpool mailing system isn't perfect. Our people are still working on doing that jury configuration that keeps your portal from transporting anything that isn't living. And if we get it wrong, that means people start getting teleported into walls again. Alright, I've already read this, I think, but I'm not sure if I got here or not, this door, but whatever. It's already a damn miracle you can get through the portal without coming out naked on the other side, let alone still carrying your backpacks and all their contents. In the meantime, we're still losing a few layers going through the milling system, and the lost ones could end up teleported to pretty much anywhere. They could end up 10 feet from the portal, or they could end up right in some AK Beastboy's hands. Or they could just warp themselves right up Orac's nose, for all we know. Likewise, anything written on this nose could end up exactly where you don't want them, wherever that might be. My point is, when you're writing those letters, write them like King Cole's looking over your left shoulder and your grandmother's looking over your right. Or at least show some semblance of subtlety. Don't complain about the price of illegal potions, complain about the extra strength medicine. Don't ask about safety accommodations for slaves, ask about private servants. And please, for the love of Lanali, stop calling a Farpool a Farpool. The AK doesn't even know we have this thing yet. And we don't want to give them any ideas on where or how we start looking. Call it a courier, or Pacom, or train your routes for all I care. Korbeck. Yes, I'm breaking my rules with this letter. You idiots clearly don't understand subtlety, so I can't assume you understand a subtly written letter. Yes, I'm aware there's a chance the letter could end up in enemy hands. No, the irony of this situation would not be lost to me. Yes, I'll hurt whoever thinks they're clever by bringing us up at any proceeding. So, the AK is the Allied Kingdoms, by the way. So, these guys are obviously the enemies of the Allied Kingdoms. I think it's probably the smugglers, so it might be like the smugglers or the, you know, the Troll Kingdom or whatever. Stuff that's going on. And a letter to address to Commander Trell. Trell, I respect your intentions and your dedication to our safety, which is the only reason I'm not handing this letter over to Aaron right this second. Do you have a faintest clue what this trio is buying us? Do you really think we could have kept the prize remnants from banding together and becoming, at minimum, a massive force on our side for the next few decades without King Troll's help? Even if I disagree with Aaron that the orcs deserve a chance of redemption, this treaty is ensuring an extraordinary amount of help for a nation that, last year, still targeted roving gangs and mage lynchers. I'll spare you to speak about insubordination, lying, and bypassing the chain of command, because A, technically you were only asking me to commit those crimes, and B, I've got better things to do than write up a full-blown reprimand for someone who I'm certain knows exactly what they're doing wrong. Instead, I'll cut to the chase. Never ever think of pulling something like this again. I'm sending you your letter, and if you've ever involved in a questionable use of force, I'm submitting it as evidence. I thought you were better than this. Outpost Leader John. Yay, I'm level 10. Alright, let's go put a category point in inscription. When I get a chance to get a teleport rune or something. Boost this up one more, and boom. Get this. Charge! Oh, geez, you blind me? Go pay for that. Kill him. More lores right there, but we'll get this guy killed first. A letter addressed to Outpost Leader John. Sir, the orcs grow more improvement by every day. Surely you've noticed too, the sky is growing closer. The smoke of their forces drifting over the mountains. Alongside a clang of metal being pounded weaponry, the guttural sounds of their training drills. Are you really going to obey the suicidal treaty and keep us from acting until their swords are already through our throats? If you were to see an approaching assault force, I would verify your report. Legally, we would be untouchable for defending themselves. Please ensure that this inevitable conflict, at least one gives us a tactical advantage as a prize, not them. Trell. Oh wow, there's quite a few guys here. That's fun. So it's worth knowing that one of these guys are basically, recruits, and the other guys are, actual paladins. Just to throw that out there. The paladins are actually putting up a fight while the recruits are, they're getting killed. Another Moonwell. I don't like that. I really don't like Moonwells. They're an interesting feature, but they're sort of annoying. Okay, another vault. We'll leave that alone again. And here's a cool wild infusion that gives me, really remove stuff, but we'll just ignore it for now. And I like this, amulet, so put it on. An orc retaliator has managed to join forces with you. A stern-looking orc, armed to the teeth. Okay, so this guy, he's basically got block, infusion movement, explosive saw. So this guy's a saw butcher, apparently. There's furnace. What is furnace? Furnace is Steam Tech Furnace. What's Steam Tech? Oh, so he's got some advanced abilities here. You add a portal furnace to your steam generator. While it's active, your fire and physical damage increase 9%, and your power and physical resistance penetrate by 9%. So cool. Some other stuff to look at down here eventually, when I get the chance. Up, movement fusion. When it's used properly, it rocks. Oh, so there's Outpost John. Alright, he's currently attacking me, so that's sort of good. Let's block. And he apparently stunned me, the bastard, so let's do this. I'm going to attack him. He did counter on me, of all things, so that's annoying. He's going after the Orc Retaliator now, so that guy's probably dead. Let's activate this now. Good, I froze them both with that attack. And here's something interesting, I'm actually going to use this to sort of run away. He's actually almost dead, but, you know, I'm taking, you know, damage as well, so... Did I lose my orc? That'd suck. Nope. There's that gone away. He did count on me there, apparently. But there we go, he's dead. Cool. Outpost John has been killed. Option unlocked. New age Ascendancy birth options. You have defeated Outposter John with 2 different Tinker classes. You can now create new characters with any Tinker classes you have unlocked in the classical age of Ascendancy, Infinite Dungeons, and Arena campaign. Also, Tinker escorts may start to appear in Maj'Eyal now. Playing characters this way is not lore canon, but fun. Well, whatever. There's the Sunstone and Torpincher Journal's John's journal. Aaron, my love, I fear Trail may be right, but I will hold this bridge without resorting to betraying you. Still, though, I remain vigilant of approaching attacks and be prepared to strike first if a battle really does seem inevitable. As long as I stand, no orc will ever harm you again. We will have a bright and shining future ahead of us, walking hand in hand into a dawn, new age, peaceful age. And while I hope the Kruk Pride is placed there, I will not let them put this new age in jeopardy. Apparently this guy did survive, which is cool. And let's get more combat accuracy for now. A little bit more strength. And look at this. And there we go, Spinal Break. That'll be cool for reducing bullet speed, which will be, you know, kind of useful. And Gore Explosion. When you kill a foe, blah blah. Cool. Stuff to get. Yeah, I'll read this stuff later when I'm actually going to start getting it, but for now we'll not worry about it. There's a phase door run. That's not exactly useful, but whatever. He's dead. As is he. Ow. Kill them, both of them. More lore. A large embossed envelope, to whom it may concern. Whereas it can be assumed with 100% certainty that the individual readiness note is the most esteemed authority of the group residing at the bridge connecting the Maj'Eyal and the Kruk Peninsula, as the construct trusted to deliver this message cannot be coerced to decode it, and whereas our observation balloons tell us that the organization is one of high culture and civilization, one comprises several different species and would be open to friendly negotiation. And whereas the orcs have none of the aforementioned qualities, and their continued presence on the Kruk Peninsula's ear directly causes or can lead to countless difficulties and unpleasant situations for both our groups. And whereas cooperation in the immediate future would be beneficial to both of us, as would a long period of peace between the two cultures, it is therefore imperative that I and the rest of our species introduce ourselves. I am Chief Counselor Tantalos, and I represent the people of Atmos. The orcs call us steam giants when not using a slew of impolite prerogatives, and we find a name amusing enough to accept it. The Kruk Peninsula is our land, and as we have resided here in peace for many thousand years, before becoming overrun with these distasteful ruffians, we have been content to let them roam in undeserved backward territories of the peninsula while we look down from our rightful elevated places, but various unfortunate circumstances have forced our hand. We have invented far more impressive than yours, technology far more impressive than yours, or that of any remaining miniature races. Our plebeian citizens are accustomed to luxurious appliances, which even your king lacks. Our military has a bottle of weaponry, which push an untrained commoner on even footing with a skilled archer. And lets a moderately experienced marksman kill with range and precision that all but the most powerful archmages would be envious of. Our people are stronger than any of yours, even on a per-pound basis, let alone the advantages towering over your childlike creatures. We have countless valuable natural resources, and our many talented artisans will quickly become accustomed to making smaller garments, jewelry, and bottles of fine spirits for export, among many other high-quality goods. It should be clear that your diminutive people have much to gain from us. All we wish for the time being is for Kruk Peninsula to remain our land, and perhaps that you may grant us some martial and material assistance in addressing the orcs' inconvenience. We should meet and discuss this in more detail, or I can arrange to let you borrow an artifact that allows you to communicate. Please give your reply to this construct post-haste. Regards, Tantalus. So yes, the Admirals basically tried to get, you know, some diplomacy going. And then here's like, you know, Kinetic Trolls Journal once again. Well, turns out this peninsula is also home to an entire civilization of giants lurking in the mountains. If we weren't so short on troops, my scouts would all be fired. I appear to have accidentally deceived this construct and mistaken me for Aaron, John, and King Told all at once. And while I'm obligated to pass this letter on to them, or on further discussion with the Chief Counselor Tantalos, we have both realized that we can wait to inform them, as this presents an opportunity that neither of us can afford to waste. Now, officially, both we and the Allied Kingdoms have a policy of capturing the remaining orcs and taking them to the internment camps rather than killing them when possible, which would require a far more decisive advantage than this outpost has. Officially, we are to stay right where we are, contain the potential threat of the Kruk Pride, rather than moving to our territory before they can amass their forces. Officially, it would be forbidden for us to do anything about this problem until it's too late. But officially, the Admirals don't exist, and we have no knowledge of them whatsoever. Officially, if a couple of Allied Kingdom supply ships head for the internment camp just happen to be waylaid by a hired band of pirates who got lucky and struck them just between their naval patrol routes, it'd be such a shame, and the Admirals can be blamed if their armor and weaponry found themselves in our hands. Officially, we are not to leave our post under any circumstances, and if a mysterious band of giants descended from the mountains crushed the Kruk Pride in their homeland and forced them to flee, it'd be against our orders to do anything about it, aside from limiting any refugees who flee to our bridge. Officially, this would impede the Admirals' negotiations with the Allied Kingdoms and the Sunwall after this incident, because they couldn't have known we pursued the goal as naive as waiting to take the orcs alive, and would grant them uncontested claim to the Kruk territory. Unofficially, I'm going to enjoy this. So yes, lots of fun. And a few more guys to kill. Yes, if you can't already tell, I'm getting really, shall we say, impatient. I'm blind, who cares? Charge forward! Do-do-do-do. And I think that's more or less it for now, but let's kill off what remains. So there we go. That's basically it for the Sunwall. There's the Sunstone Amulet. Apparently it's, ooh, I want this. I really want this. More steam! Apparently there's a steam, there was a steel steam saw in there, but we're still using overcutter here for a bit. Now I can activate this with the no enemies visible because, you know, I can, you know, make use of it. And let's see here. I really need a strength amulet. And there we go. That's it. I crushed the Sunwall Outpost, I crushed the Yeti Caves, I crushed the Vaporious Emporium. There's the beginning part of this game out of the way. When I get the chance, I'll probably do some more stuff. I however attempted to get this, the Shunt Kruk. So why not? We'll do a little bit more lore this episode. The Shunt Kruk. Our pride has never been held in high esteem by the others. We were the backbone of Garko's army, the supply runners, the rope builders, the medics tending to the wounded, all roles that had to be done to support those our glorious fought in the thick of battle. Alas, all this meant is that the others only barely accepted their necessity, barely conceding their disdain for us as cowards and weaklings. Garko stood up for us whenever the opportunity arose, so their prejudices were a moot point until his defeat. Unfortunately, once the Allied Kingdom started pushing us back, attacking the fortified towns we built in Maj'Eyal. We took the blame for not making them strong enough to hold off all attackers. What good are they? Rockshore once asked, even when they're hiding behind us. They still can't make anything worthwhile. When it was revealed that our den leader had held off the allied kingdoms at one of their strongholds to buy enough time for most of the prized women and children to retreat to Maj'Eyal, by the way of launching ancient Nargold golems into human ranks via trebuchets, the accusation of cowardice gave way to one of self-interest and betrayal. We kept quiet about them, hoping to change their minds when rebuilding Orcish towns of Maj'Eyal, hoping that they would come to see our reason when they had roofs over their heads and wells for drink from, courtesy of our pride. It seemed to work for a time being. We kept our distance from the others, building our own homes in this distant corner of the continent, and only sending small groups out to do minor repair and construction. The walls we built were strong enough to keep the Sunwall forces from simply walking over them, and that seemed to be enough. Alas, this acceptance would neither grow nor last. One fateful night, Grand Architecture Kruk came running back from after meeting with the other leaders of the prize, saying we'd leave immediately, and that the woman had to go first. To this day, we are not entirely certain what drove her to such panic. She only told us that we would never want peace with the other prize if we knew what we were running from, and that we may lead to peace someday. We swiftly built a bridge to the Kruk Peninsula over the next few days, looking back over our shoulders toward the other prize as we worked, and on the night the last orc made across, Kruk set ablaze with burning arrows. On distant shores, we could only see the torches of those who had narrowly escaped. We barely had time to sigh in relief before a thunderous noise roared above us, and a bright light came down from the sky, lighting us up but leaving the surrounding land dark. A curious sort of golem fell from it, made of springs and gears, rotted in ruins and stones. It spoke with a striking yet organic sounding voice, asking what had happened and what had caused the lights and noises in the dead of night. We told it we had fled the mainland for our own safety, and that we were only looking for a place to exist. Hooks descended from the whirring airship above, dragging the construct back up, and left without another word. We found a suitable home on the far side of the mountain range, shielded by the surrounding hills, and yet fertile enough to sustain us. Once we had settled in, the airships and constructs began visiting us more and more often, at first simply watching, then conversing with us, and even helping us build homes. It was not too long until one of the construct's masters finally came to speak with us in person. He introduced himself as one of the Atmos, the steam giants we assumed for so long to be merely an ancient myth. They were a strange people, and one we had began to admire as we became fast friends. Wise and reasoned, yet valiant strength, neither overly arrogant nor overly timid. A bit unfrivolous and eccentric side, but living for countless ages alone on a mountaintop would do that to anyone, we reasoned. Likewise, they seemed to think of us as their rambunctious but gifted children, and when they began to teach us of their steam pressure-driven machinery, they were impressed by how quickly we adapted to it and improved on it. They gave us guidance and wisdom, and we gave them drive and innovation. We could have become true allies if we'd only had enough time. All good things must come to an end, it seems. One day, a panic scout ran into our camp and announced that the Orcish army had arrived by boat on the shores of Kruk Peninsula and was charging toward us with hostile intent. Where they originally wanted, they drove Grand Architect Kruk away. They were no longer content to go without it. We told the Outmost, and they told us to simply reason with them. They had clearly never been under attack. We would obtain no assistance from them, not even when our lives clearly depended on it. Instead, Grand Architect Kruk showed us a series of schematics she made, one that she dared not reveal for fear the Outmost seeing them. One showing how to turn our helpless steam contraptions into his effective weaponry. A harness to wear the giant whirling slumber saws as weapons. Portable steam generators so we can power machinery like the Outmost could without being tethered to a pipe or hose. A means of removing the safety mechanisms on nail guns and swapping their barrels out so they could fire sling bullets at comparable speeds. A giant version of jewelry plating device that gave us what could electrocute dozens of invaders at once. We felt strong that the Earth Prides came for us, and were fighting with weapons they had never encountered before, inflicting wounds that they had never learned to heal, fighting with forces that they could not hope to understand, yet alone fight. The shrieking din of saw blades shredding their armor and severing limbs, the screams of Gorbat's worm riders as giant grappling hooks pulled them out of the sky, the smell of orcish flesh cooked through the core by lighting and scalded by jets of steam, the rattling of steam guns as they turned on attacking formation into a pile of corpses. These sensations might haunt the nightmares of Atmos near prize, but to us they were sweet sounds, sights, and smells of victory and safety. We had prevailed, with only a handful dead on our side before they fled. Kruk Pride would not be conquered. The Atmos, however, did not see the dire circumstances we were in. They did not see the threat we faced, I doubt that even if the Grand Architect of the Pride had told them what she knew, they would have listened. All they saw was their tools and creations being used to destroy. Their beautiful inventions being used for something so monstrous, their darling clever children causing bloody carnage on a scale hundreds of times greater than they'd ever seen. They denounced us, and those who had become mingled with us promptly retreated back to the mountains. We were no longer welcome using their technology, and perhaps not even living near their mountain. We will miss their company, their ancient wisdom, and their cautious kindness. We will not miss their squeamish ignorance and pompous self-righteousness. So, there's basically, about the Shun Kruk. They're basically the architects of the Orcish Prides, but I guess they did flee for some reason. And there's the library basically out of the way. So for the most part, it's catch-up time, but, I think I've done a pretty good job, getting off the peninsula, so to speak. And we'll go from there. For now, though, take care.